Welcome back to Kin in Line. I make this part 99, sorry. So we're going to jump around a bit. This is London, this is Acton Park, close to which we lived in our second year actually. But I love drawing and photographing in this park, which, I've got some lovely photographs of the changing seasons, which is so different to what we experience, particularly where I live here on the coast in South Africa. Such marked difference. But here I've got a guy walking his dog through Acton Park, done in a combination, it looks like. Anyway, you can see it's winter. There's sort of the trees are bare, and a couple of people in the distance. It's quite a sparse drawing, but I quite like it all the same. Again, I'll have to use paper behind to prevent stuff shining through. And this is another, I think, more effective composition. Again, two drawings, but they become one because they're like on the same page. Another chap with a flat cap, which I would also later acquire. And then just people in the distance. I think some nice, effective use of coloured felt-tipped pens here. Pity this page got a bit bent. So this is clearly illustrative of the fact that we were in winter. This would have probably been the second winter. And in fact, we had some heavy snow in London in early 91. So this is Acton Park again with these bare trees. And somebody in the park setting off on a walk. You can understand why, for me, there's no way I can capture anything like this in any other medium except line. I love this little exaggeration of the head being small on this occasion. And he's clearly walking, that's what the movement is there, and that's what Jack Loeb taught us all those years ago. It was a good 12 years after I left art school when I was doing this. Sorry, I'm trying to get this oak tree in focus. Wonderful gnarled old tree. So while we were in London, we had our first child was born in Hammersmith Hospital. We had to take a taxi when Robin's waters broke, and he was born in May of 91. And those are Robin's hands clasping this young infant. Not a very flattering view of him, his face, but I mean, this was just quickly snatched between very busy time trying to raise a child. And, then I think we actually probably are back in South Africa already, and I'm sketching cows again. No, maybe we're still in the UK. Oh yes, yeah, I was in the Natural History Museum, I think, for this drawing. This is actually, for me, was quite moving when I got there. I don't know what this is the skeleton of. Maybe it's a giraffe. I don't know. And I saw a video of a coelacanth actually filmed underwater in its environment. I'd grown up, obviously, in East London, knowing about the coelacanth because it was a living fossil that had been found off East London. Can't remember even doing these. Okay, so in the Natural History Museum, I think there must have been a dinosaur recreated. So these aren't my kids. These are locals. Always lapped up. They always lapped up dinosaurs for some reason, children. I think they like the fact that it's extinct and that. So this seems to be I can't remember doing these drawings of the skeletons of various creatures on display there. Clearly I did. Sure. Doesn't really work, this one. I think it's taken from the tail, or is it of some massive spinal column there. What the heck? Oh wait, now this looks like an elephant's, oh no, whale's maybe, whalebone. I think this is one of my sons doing a bit of climbing, using a rope, pulling himself up. So, yeah, I think we're now we've moved forward a few years and we're down in the Tsitsikamma area. Get to this again later, but we had friends who owned a farm in the Storms River area. And I think this is a view of one of the mountains nearby. That's a problem because these are in a book of drawings from London. I forgot all about these South African drawings. There's a cow on the edge of a little dam on their farm. When you watch cows, I mean, they just don't stop moving. They just graze and graze and graze. Oh, here we go. So, I can't remember the name of this mountain. Stunning scenery around there. I don't know how people get any work done, because it's just, you're surrounded by beauty. I think in the foreground we've got a pond, a dam, a little farm dam, sort of reflecting there. A couple of birds maybe in the foreground. Sure. This is quite weird. It's like a cow, but I've done it in a kind of a little pointless type technique. It doesn't really work, of course, but it's actually quite interesting that I've tried something different. Looks like one of my sons had a bit of fun there. Yeah, so forgive that interlude into, there's a name to recall, Palo Jordan, ANC bigwig, till he was found out that he wasn't actually a doctor, Palo Jordan. He was simply, he didn't have a doctorate. Everybody called him doctor. So at one point we also went down to the coast on the Welsh south coast to a little bathing spot, and I must have had some charcoal or something and did these quick sketches of some of the bathing beauties. Yeah, never underestimate. It was quite a rugged area. I remember rocky outcrops in the background. Again, these quick sketches there. And this old gran. So I think at this point I'm going to leave you to muse over this beautiful good lady. So till next time, cheers.